Hi, I'm Adele and welcome to Pretty Sure, the podcast where we talk about the things everyone thinks about but nobody says out loud. Each week, I'll be sharing my pretty sure opinions, unpacking the internet's biggest conversations and figuring out the things I'm not so sure about right alongside you. And if a conversation ever feels a little too heavy, we'll always include support resources in the show notes. Please take care of yourselves, seek professional help if needed, or skip the entire episode if it's not for you. Now, let's get into the show. Hi guys and welcome back to Pretty Sure. We are in episode number 1 and if you joined us for the pilot episode, we're so excited to have you guys back. We're going to get into Pretty Sure and this segment's all about my pretty sure opinions and pretty sure unsolicited opinions, I should say, about things that I'm pretty sure about. One of them being that apparently enough of you listened to the pilot episode because we hit number 1 on the charts, which is insane. I'm still trying to process that sentence if I'm being blatantly honest. I'm pretty sure that I don't understand how we got here. I don't understand how we got to number 1. I actually didn't think it was even possible. And we've made this whole joke about kicking Carl off the number 1 spot. So Carl, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you lost it to me. This entirely feels fake. I'm pretty sure I don't know how we got here. I'm pretty sure that this is a fever dream. My brain immediately goes to this is not real. It's some sort of admin error. People didn't actually listen to it. And my body just wants to go, sorry, bozo, wake up and try again because all of that is literally a dream and I don't know what you just did. So for everyone that's listening or listened at home, if you watched on your screens, if you listened in your car, if you listened in the shower, if you listened on your run, I got so many DMs from you guys saying that you listened to the potty and you absolutely loved it, which left me completely baffled because you guys don't know this, but when I recorded the pilot episode, my pits were schwitzing. Okay. I literally asked them if we could put the aircon on in the studio because I was so nervous. I kept stumbling over my words. It was insanity. So thank you. So apparently you guys loved this podcast because I was pretty sure that you guys would hate it. And I know that's my insecurity absolutely screaming at me, but I can't even tell you how wild this journey has been. We changed the artwork. We changed the typeface. We changed the way that we edited the podcast. We changed the way that the podcast was laid out. We changed the name of the podcast. We, for my OGs at home, if you do know me from TikTok, yes, we did consider Frap and Yap, okay? Because I saw a lot of comments coming through saying, Frap and Yap was a missed opportunity. I wanted the title Pretty Sure to be a little bit broader for all our audiences to come together. And yes, there would be time to yap. I'm pretty sure the entire podcast is us yapping together, but Pretty Sure is a more broader topic for all of us to settle on and to come together as a little group. The interesting thing about what I'm pretty sure about, I'm pretty sure that we spend way too much time waiting until something is perfect before we launch it and waiting for something to be absolutely perfect before we let ourselves be excited about it. We tell ourselves, I'll launch it when it's better. I'll launch it when the colors are correct. I'll launch it when I look better. I'll apply myself more when I know more about it. Meanwhile, there are people in the space simply doing it. And I think it's a little bit of a lesson for all of us to learn. And it's a lesson that I learned because I am a perfectionist and I had to really relinquish control with this podcast and just throw myself at it. And no, the podcast isn't perfect. I don't know how the fuck we hit number 1 when it wasn't perfect, but we did, which is insane. I'm still like baffling around that. We had our hiccups. One of the main hiccups being, guys, my name was spelt wrong across every tile of the podcast. And so many of you OGs DM'd me and was like, hey babe, congratulations on the launch, but I'm pretty sure they spelt your, pardon the pun, your last name incorrect. And yes, my last name was spelt incorrect. And you know whose fault it was? Absolutely no one's, because it bypassed the entire team, including this bozo here. And it's my own bloody name. So it's not perfect. It wasn't perfect when we launched it. And when it happened, I literally thought, fuck it. I told my team, guys, fuck it. We're not saving the world. There's not fires that we're putting out right now. It's a misspell of my last name. It's got too many characters in it. It doesn't even matter. Let's just move on and continue with our journey. So a few months ago, I would have done anything just to launch the podcast. Then I've launched it now. We're at this marker. We've hit number 1 and my brain is already like, okay, what's next? What are we doing next? What's the next thing? How are we going to go into the next episode? I think there's also a little moment of I'm pretty sure that we need to pause, actually hold on to this little moment because we might never be number 1 again. I don't know. Maybe this is the peak of the podcast. I hope it's not. But maybe it is. And I think we're going to spend time really enjoying this one. So thank you everybody for listening at home. I really appreciate it and I love you lots. Welcome to Life as of Late. Now, this segment is our weekly catch-up. It's where I take you behind the scenes of what's been happening in my world, things I want to update you on, and really this week has felt like a mixed bag of bloody emotions. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to break it down. The pinnacle of this week has obviously been the launch of this podcast, and the lead up to the launch was something else entirely. So it officially launched this week. Now, when you guys are watching this ep, it'll be the week after it launched, but during this week, it feels kind of crazy that we're saying that aloud, actually, that it launched this week. But anyways, the lead up to the potty was an absolute blur. I felt like we had weeks and weeks and weeks to prepare. And then all of a sudden, it was Monday and we were launching in 2 days and I was cacking my absolute dacks. And anybody that is close to me will tell you how much I was shaking the day before the launch and I couldn't pull myself together. And I'm someone that doesn't usually get nervous about things, but I was really nervous about this one. So much happened behind the scenes that people never really think about. Like I mentioned in the segment before, the edits, the artwork, the descriptions, the making sure all the links worked, making sure the link tree worked, making sure the YouTube was up, making sure the episode was ready to go at 12:01, which we also had a hiccup on. It didn't really launch at 12:01. Did it launch at 12:05 or something?
12:08.
12:08. And you guys were DMing me being like, babe, it's not up. It's 12:01 and we can't listen to it. But it got uploaded and it was there for everyone to listen to it, which was amazing. Scheduling the content was also something we had to consider. What was the filming process? What was our scheduling of the content process throughout the week through socials? How are we dropping it? How are we teasing it? My brain exploded. And the adrenaline leading up to this event and when the event launched was absolutely insane. I felt like I'd hit a wall when I'd finished. Let me talk you through the fear before the launch, because I feel like that needs its own moment on screen or in your ears entirely. I don't think I've ever refreshed an app so many times. I had constant thoughts of what if nobody listens? What if people hate it? What if, and I said this to my team, no word of a lie, the day before the launch, they asked me how I was feeling and I said, I'm going to put this out into the world. I don't want a response back. I am so scared people are going to think I just sound like a dumb influencer. There, I've said it. I've relinquished it from my body. It's out in the open and we're just going to leave it there and move on with the day. I didn't need a response from that. I just needed that fear to escape my mouth and then to move on, because regardless of what was going to happen, the potty was going to launch. We worked way too hard for my insecurities to get in the way. And the fear before the launch was definitely real. And it's something to take note of. The reason why I was so fearful in launching this podcast is because I'm giving you a piece of myself. It's not like TikTok or Instagram. It's a different piece of myself entirely. You guys get to see more of me. And as the episodes start to elongate and the season starts to elongate, I should say, we're going to learn more about each other, which is going to be so magical, but it also means that I'm putting myself more on the line. So here you go. Welcome to the official first episode, I guess. Please be nice. Don't eat me alive. I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm just a girl trying to make a podcast and do the best that she can. But the importance of having people around you that hype you up throughout this whole fearful part was amazing and so needed. My glam squad, my closest friends, my nearest and dearest, my family, my internal team that's launching this podcast with me were all there, including the importance of having brands on board that trusted me with this whole podcast. So we had a media night, which I'll discuss a little bit later on about our launch day, where I don't know how, if I'm being blatantly honest, but NYX, Garnier, L'Oreal Paris, Maybelline, these are brands that don't even know what I'm saying. I've shoved a microphone in front of my face and before they've even heard the first episode, they've gone, yep, Adele, we support you, we back you, we're excited to hear it. As someone in the content space, you don't understand how amazing and supported that makes me feel, knowing that brands understand my content and understand my community, most importantly, understand how you guys interact with me and how special it is what we've built together, and they're just invested. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to NYX, Garnier, Maybelline, and L'Oreal Paris for trusting me with this, and we'll talk a little bit later on about how they were involved. I want to move on to launch day. Launch day was insane. I didn't get a wink of sleep the night before. I was exhausted, but we woke up feeling like it was Christmas morning. I'm going to be honest. It was like Santa was coming down the fucking chimney, okay? And I was waiting for his arrival. I was cacking Dax in the morning because not only had the potty launched, but you guys were rolling through with your DMs saying that you had listened to it from like 12:08 onwards. I was getting live updates of DMs as people were listening through the podcast, explaining to me what they thought of every segment, talking me through the stories that we read through, and just the excitement that was rolling in around it was phenomenal. I had friends and family checking on me throughout the day. It was like excitement and nerves all mixed into one. And the podcast is certainly it was out in the world, which was exciting. And that was probably half of the reason I was a bit nervous, for it just to get out in the world and for people to listen to it and tell me what they thought. And now that it was out and people were rolling through with their DMs, my stomach was gurgling all day. It was gurgling all day. My crew rocked in and we did glam. And then it was only until my crew were in my house and I was getting hair and makeup done that we realized that Telstra was down. So out of all days, Telstra decided, Adele, you're launching a podcast. I think not. Today's not the day for you. Okay, Mama says no. We're actually going to shut down our whole network system and you can go fuck yourself. And that's what Telstra said to me. So Telstra, if you ever want to sponsor this podcast, I will accept repayment for what you did to me on my pilot episode. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we missed a whole lot of download opportunities that morning, but thankfully, those that were with Telstra somehow found a way to connect through Wi-Fi networks and listen to the podcast. And I had people messaging me being like, oh my God, Telstra's down. I went to my friend's house. I connected to her Wi-Fi. I tried to listen to the podcast and it was amazing. So that was incredible. And then when Telstra launched back up, we got all our listeners again, which was exciting. We ran a podcast launch event later that evening, which is why we had glam in my house getting ready whilst I was cack and dax about the podcast being out. Now, this was specifically a media launch event where we had a bunch of media there to celebrate, I guess, launching the podcast and what it meant to have sort of brands and media in the room together. And it was really, really a phenomenal yet surreal experience to share that excitement with everybody. The actual event itself, I feel like we need a little moment to talk about it and yap about it because it was incredible. I had a whole team working on the event. There were Pretty Sure ice cubes. We had a welcome sign, which is amazing. We had decals on the wall that had Pretty Sure. We had a bloody Pretty Sure photo booth where everyone got to take really cute photos with the Pretty Sure logo on it. We had goodie bags. And in these goodie bags, there were all these products from NYX, Maybelline, L'Oreal Paris, and Garnier, which was phenomenal. Fun Day also dropped some Fun Day sweets in the little goodie bags as well. And they were goodie bags for everyone to take home, which was phenomenal. And then everyone got the chance to, play with my favorite products at home too. So that's just an added bonus. But we also had flowers decorating the space. We had Pretty Sure stencils. The whole thing looked like Pretty Sure had thrown up on the fucking room. And that's what we wanted. That's what we intended for it. And it gave so many moments for people to take snaps and, enjoy the night. We also had this Pretty Sure sign, which has now made it to our studio. And she's really cute. She's forever going to be here, which is really, really adorable. If you do want to go watch that, I have launched a YouTube on that whole day on my personal YouTube that you can suss. But I think one of the things that I spoke about in my speech when I was talking to everybody in the room that yes, it's amazing to have everyone here in the room celebrating with me. But the most important part of what we do in this space is that we have these amazing communities at home that are engaging, that are listening, that are leaving comments. And you guys are the reason that we launched the podcast. Yes, it's awesome to have media in the room and celebrate those wins, and I'm so grateful. But I did mention in my speech that you guys are the reason that we did this. We were doing it to get closer together, and you're listening in your cars, on your walks, on your runs, and I think that that's really, really cool and really exciting. So thank you. One thing though that I said at the end of the night, I sat down with my team, we recapped how the media night went, and I said, guys, I couldn't have been happier with how this event launched and the beauty around this event and how aesthetic it was and how beautiful it looked. It was phenomenal. But all in all, I was like, it's all well and good to have a beautiful media event. But I sat in that chair and I said to Kitch and Blake and Amy, I can't wait until we get to have a community event. I cannot wait until we get to have a live show. And this season grows so much that we have the opportunity to invite you into a live show and see all of this happen in real time. So fingers crossed that one's on the books, guys. Keep listening if you want it to happen, because the more downloads, the more chance it will happen. To finally have it out in the world and for it to be received the way that it has is something I'll never take for granted. And I think that having you guys along for the ride is what's keeping me really grounded at this point. So thank you. We were so surprised to hear from all of our listeners, or the amount of response that we had from the listeners. So we had screenshots rolling in of people listening from the car. We had screenshots of people listening from their phones. That part made me surprisingly, yet unsurprisingly, really emotional. And I just wanted to give that a moment of reflection in itself, because I feel like it needs it. I feel like it definitely needs it. Let's talk about the charts, because we debuted at number 2. Blake, you told me number 2. What day was it?
I think it was the night of the launch. I showed you at the end.
So the night of the launch, so the Wednesday night. So we launched it the Wednesday morning, the Wednesday night or Thursday morning. It might have been Thursday night or Wednesday night. It's been a blur. It's been an absolute blur. Okay. We got the screenshot from Blake. Then we launched at number 2. My jaw was on the floor. Carl was at the top spot. We were above Mark Burris, who I love, by the way, and Diary of a CEO. Like, how that happens, I have no fucking idea, but we were at number 2. Now, let me talk you through the blur of the week, because it was a blur. Okay. After launching the potty, I had 4 hours of sleep, got my ass onto a plane to go to Sydney because I was interviewing Lexi, who was the star of Elle on Prime Video for L'Oreal Paris, which was major pinch me moment. Okay. As I'm there rolling into this glam squad to go interview her, to go to the Elle Woods premiere, I don't know how those words are coming out of my mouth now, actually. We were in disbelief. We were refreshing again and again and again. I had 4 hours of sleep that night again, got on the first plane to come back to Melbourne. Got to Melbourne only to attend another event in Melbourne that I quite literally got off the plane, ran home, unpacked my suitcase only to repack my suitcase to go to the event, roll into that event. We go into Saturday, finally get home on the Saturday. The Saturday night, I am like home with a friend and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to check. And I think at this point it was like 11:45 p.m. I was like, I'm just going to check if we've been knocked down off number 2. And I quite literally thought we wouldn't have stayed at number 2 for as long as we did. And then I opened it up only to find that we were at number 1, which screaming, crying, throwing the fuck up, because that was incredible. And we have been on cloud 9 as a team ever since. We've all been in disbelief. And it's funny because even though something as amazing as a podcast launch happened, life doesn't stop, emails don't stop, work doesn't stop, we don't stop moving, we just keep rolling into each other. But like I said, I think we need to take a moment and really celebrate this win. So, wrapping up our life as of late, it was a lengthy one, but it was a big one. Big week. I think that we have been exceptionally chaotic, definitely sleep deprived, slightly overwhelmed, definitely in disbelief, but more grateful than I could ever put into words. We're going to roll into our next segment, which is called My 2 Cents. Now, this segment, if you didn't listen to our pilot episode, is a segment where my producer, Blake, will bring in a topic. I don't know what the topic is, and I just basically give you my 2 cents straight off the bat. So, Blakey, what do you have for me today?
Hello, darling.
Hi.
So I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I'm excited to hear. Today we are talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding.
Okay, yep. I did see some of this.
Yeah. Have you been following? Do you care? Are you a fan?
I am not a Swiftie. And Swifties, don't come for me. Please don't come for me, Swifties. I'm not a hater. I'm just not a Swiftie. I think I liked Taylor when she was like, what was that first song that she released? It was a Romeo and Juliet or whatever it was.
Love Story.
Love Story. When that came out, I'm a country girl. I love country music. So when that came out, I was all over it. But then she started going into like the pop segment and then like she lost me, to be honest. But I don't hate her.
What I wanted to talk about today is Taylor and Travis's wedding.
Mhm.
It's become a global spectacle.
Yes.
But how much of it are we entitled to see? So I'll just give a little bit of context here. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship has played out in front of millions of people, and public interest around their wedding has reached an extraordinary level, from speculation about the guest list, location, fans and media, they're wanting every single detail. Like I was seeing people report on this in the lead up to like the unconfirmed wedding. It was crazy. But what I wanted to discuss today, it raises a bit of a bigger question about celebrity culture. When someone has shared parts of their relationship publicly, does that give audiences a right to expect access to the bigger moments as well? Or should a wedding be completely private, no matter how famous you are?
Ooh.
It's a big one.
I think it's entirely up to the bride and groom.
Yeah.
I think like if you take Dua's wedding, for instance.
Oh my God, yes.
And you compare it next to Taylor's. Sorry, Swifties. But Taylor's was a PR stunt. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with like having a wedding, going all out. I'm pretty sure she had like a countdown billboard, or there was something to do with like a billboard, and it was like TNT.
Yeah, so I think that's as soon as it was officiated, a sign out, because it was at Madison Square Garden.
Yes, that's right.
We need to unpack that. That was like a whole commotion. But as soon as they eloped, signs outside of Madison Square Garden appeared and it was like just TNT married, like Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
Cute.
Cute. Instant. But like you're doing that as a PR stunt. You're doing that. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not like negative anyway. Like maybe Taylor has this like, and she does. She's got her Swifties on board, right? She's got this whole community of Swifties. My best friend is a Swiftie.
Yeah.
My best friend, quite literally, and she'll laugh when she hears this. But when we posted the Pretty Sure tile launch with Beyonce's Diva song in the background on Instagram, the tile went live and we were like, no, Diva is a female version of a hustler. My girlfriend reposted it on her stories and changed the song to a Swiftie song.
You were kidding? That's amazing.
Like it was hilarious. Because she's like a ride and die Swiftie, and she was like taking us through the whole wedding. She wanted to know everything. But when she saw that billboard, that's the only reason I know about the billboard, by the way, pop off, where the wedding had, I guess, gone ahead. She was talking about how she was excited to receive updates. And like, I think that maybe that's Taylor's way of like including her community in her wedding.
Yeah.
But it's also like, she's not dumb. She's got a whole team around her and she's made this a whole PR stunt, and like it being a PR stunt, people will then listen to her albums. That'll generate sales. It's all in the cycle of the cash.
It's all been a journey, and she's continued to take her audience down that journey. You know, there's like a lot of chatter about it at the moment. I'm with you. I'm not a complete Swiftie, but I'm like across things.
Yeah.
I actually don't really have a problem with how Taylor's gone about this. I'm just intrigued seeing it play out within her fan base. And I think there's different camps. Like I think some of her ride or dies are like, let this be private. But then the billboard goes live and everyone's like, oh my God.
And everyone loses their minds.
Yeah. So it's like, what do the audience actually want? Should we all as a collective just like close our eyes and la, this wedding's not happening?
I think that's not realistic.
No, it's not.
I think that's never realistic to have. It's never realistic to have like like you're always going to have fans that want to know everything about their lives, and they will show as much as they want to show. Taylor wanted to show a billboard.
Yeah.
And that's what she gave her community and her audience. And I think that that's kind of cool. I don't think that's bad in any way. But like she wanted to involve everyone somehow. That's how she involved everyone without physically being in the room, Madison, but without physically being in Madison Square Garden with
tiny
her.
stadium.
I say like this little room. I'm like, yeah, it was Madison Square Garden. That's
like
okay.
At a registry.
Yeah, my God. It's not like Elvis married them off. Who married them off actually? Wasn't it someone?
Adam Sandler.
That's iconic.
That's sick.
I would love Adam Sandler to marry me off.
Oh my God.
But he has to be dressed as Adam Sandler, not like fancy version of Adam Sandler.
Of course. He's just like, I feel like the world's dad.
Oh, he is. I'm convinced that he is the reason I love jorts so much.
Oh my God, of course,
Yeah, like I want Adam Sandler in jorts officiating my wedding.
That's incredible. Well, I mean, Madison Square Garden, let's talk about it. Because I believe it got leaked that is where it was going to be.
Didn't it get leaked by the mayor?
I'm not sure who did
I'm pretty sure the mayor was like, and I don't know if this is fake news, don't quote me on this. Pretty sure the mayor was like, someone asked him about the wedding and like, are they getting married somewhere here in New York? And he was just like, oh, I've got no idea what you're talking about, but you should be around Madison Square Gardens tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, King.
So I
Perfect.
think he popped off about that.
Yeah.
I think he was like all over that, and he was the one that like gave the little biscuit crumb.
Well, it's so funny because people were annoyed before the wedding happened. It was at Madison Square Garden. They're like, oh, they're trying to make this a public spectacle. Day of the wedding comes. All the windows shut out. There's like big tents outside for the guests and everyone to drive into and not be seen as well. Then everyone's like, you can't see anything. I think she has nailed having it in a very central location. Everyone knows it's happening and she's sharing little bits of what she wants. But in terms of Jua's wedding, that's going to get captured by the public, by drones. Taylor killed it by having, in a stadium, no one can fly over, peer in.
How can you not, like, you've got such a grand amount of space. It's all closed off. So if you think about it, you've got the whole of Madison Square Gardens. There's so much that you can do with that, like, area, square meter footage there that you can, like, organize your wedding as much as you want to, but with having it closed off and not having any eyes inside the building. Whereas I feel like if you go to a hotel and you have it in like a ballroom of a hotel, there are so many ways people can access that.
100%.
The paps can get in like no tomorrow. So I'm like, she did well in closing it all off.
And she did well with the no phones.
Yes.
I feel like everyone respected that.
Yes, everyone was like, no phones. I was like, kind of like those concerts that you go to and they like zip your phones up.
I know. I haven't been to one, but I want that.
I went to Kevin Hart and he made me zip up my phone and I was like, pop off, King.
Interesting.
Pop off. I think that was Netflix though.
All right. So I just want to finish this little section off. Does choosing to live publicly, I would say like Taylor Swift has, and being so open with her relationships, does that mean the public gets access to your life or just only the parts you want to?
I think it's only the parts that you want to.
Yeah.
I think that she has shown us more than enough. But if she chooses not to show any of it, then like she won't.
That's fine.
That's fine. She won't. And like the majority of the audience, like, well, no, her whole audience won't know about her actual life and what goes on at home. They just want to know because they love her so much and she's a Swiftie. But that's with everybody, right?
Yeah. I find people try and be so definitive about these things. It's like, we need to make a big blanket rule. That's never going to work in this world.
It's never going to work.
Ever.
No, never. Shall we move into Surely Not? So if it's your first time listening to the potty, Surely Not are these like Surely Not articles that Blake brings to the table and we just yap about them.
Okay. I expect you to be across this one. The other one, not so much. Couple charged with felonies after climbing the Empire State Building for a marriage proposal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So these two people climbed up to the Empire State. I want to know, were they harnessed in?
No.
They just free climbed.
And do you know their background?
No.
Okay, I'll fill everyone in before we completely get into it.
Okay.
But on July 21, Daredevil couple Angela and Ivan climbed into a restricted area of the Empire State Building and scaled its 443-meter high antenna.
I just got the goosebumps.
Without safety tethers, where Ivan appeared to propose. The pair were arrested on the way down and charged with offences including felony, burglary, reckless endangerment, criminal mischief, and trespass. So, is this the most romantic proposal of all time or insane?
Can I ask, first of all, it was insane.
Insane.
Bro, just get down on a fucking knee on the ground. Why do you need to climb the Empire State? Like, for someone that's got serious fear of heights, that made my asshole tighten.
Yeah.
I can't.
I lost my breath the whole time. Every time I look at the footage, like I can picture myself swaying.
I want to vomit.
Yeah.
I actually want to vomit.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what's wrong with dropping your knee. Just drop your fucking knee on the ground and just propose. Didn't he wave a flag or something?
Yeah, I do think the sign was really nice.
Was the sign like, will you marry me? What was on the sign?
No, so I don't want to butcher this, but I'm going to try and remember from the top of my head. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. That might not be 100% perfect, but that was the message.
Okay. Yeah, wave the flag on the ground or put it on a billboard, babe. Why would you risk your life?
Make a mural.
I know. They were so lucky they didn't fall off.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. Didn't someone just get arrested for jumping on the West Gate?
No, well,
Do you know about
maybe,
that?
no.
That happened this week too. Some dude on the Westgate like climbed the Westgate and was like making crazy demands
No.
to the government, and then was like, I don't know. And look up that story if you're at home and you want to listen to that, because I was
Surely
like, what
not.
is it with people and scaling things?
I know.
Stop.
Well, that's what I thought of straight away. Okay, so I think we've seen this. It's happened in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, there's a couple on the top of the Empire State Building. Crazy. Yes, it looked beautiful. I'm scared of heights, so I was never like on the enjoyment
I don't think it's
side of
romantic
it.
at all.
Everyone is saying this is the most romantic thing
No.
ever. And what's making me sad, this is my only real problem with it. The most popular like take on this is, guys, if he wanted to, he will. Come on.
Fuck right off, honestly. If he wanted, no, that is not where this line comes into play. No, if he wanted to, he would get down and propose. Do you know what? If he wanted to, keep it between the two of you and it be a private proposal, because that's what it's about. It's about you two. It shouldn't be aired. It shouldn't be on social media. And it shouldn't be on top of the Empire fucking State Building. He wanted to make it public.
Oh, yeah. I should include this as well. They are actually well known and have been on a Netflix documentary. And this is like their jam. This is what they do.
No.
It's their hobby as a couple. Like they've met each other's matches. So good
I
on them
would
in that
say
regard.
find another hobby.
Yeah. Like let's.
I don't know, start crocheting or some shit.
Yeah.
Why are you climbing buildings for?
Start laying.
I know.
Nothing's wrong with being horizontal.
Literally flat, horizontal. What a dream. That was a dream to the horizontal part, by the way, and not a dream to climbing the Empire State. All right, shall we move on to the next one?
We shall. Women are now throwing parties to celebrate going boy sober.
Okay, this is interesting.
Have you heard about this? I feel like this is Adele coded.
This is very aligned.
Women are reportedly buying cakes and throwing parties to celebrate milestones of being boy sober, taking an intentional break from dating, sex, and seeking male validation. The trend has grown amid frustration with modern dating, with women citing dating app burnout, ghosting, situationships, and low-effort relationships as reasons for opting out and focusing on themselves instead.
This is interesting.
I love it.
This is very Adele coded. I mean, I technically did this
You started
myself. But it wasn't to go boy sober. I don't think. It was, I like the concept of it. And I understand it because dating is the most frustrating thing as like a woman in today's age. It's insane what everyone puts up with in the dating scene, that I understand the need to go sober. I get it.
Yeah.
And why fucking have a cake?
And
have your cake and
also,
eat it too.
think it's fine to celebrate it. Like, I think the article was highlighting, like, how crazy that we call this a celebration. Hell yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it should be. I think so too. I think it's nice. I think it's, why do we always celebrate getting into a relationship with someone? Like, that's something that we celebrate. We celebrate like, oh my God, babe, how exciting, you're dating someone. Let's celebrate the fact that you're dating someone. Like, let's celebrate the fact that we're fucking single.
Okay, before we wrap up on that though, do you think you could go boy sober?
No.
I didn't even finish that.
No, actually,
Okay.
no. I don't let certain boys into my life. I have a very fucking high standard.
Good.
But I don't think for me there's like any benefit of me going boys or making an intentional stance to go boy sober. I'm more like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I don't need like a time stamp.
No, let's just see where Mother Nature sends
That's
me.
exactly right.
I love that.
Mother Nature.
And I love that you just knew yourself so well that I didn't even need to finish
I
the
was like,
sentence.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. All right, let's move on. Okay, we're moving on to Auntie Adele's segment, and we've honestly yupped so much during this whole first episode that we only have time for one Auntie Adele. So here it is. Hi, Adele. I'm definitely not proud of what I'm about to tell you, and every word is true. Okay, I've actually not read these, guys, so this is the first time I'm reading them along with you. I catfished a guy 6 years ago. Okay. I used fake pics, picked a gorgeous girl on Instagram, and used her pics in pretty much life as my own. He's a very lovely, caring guy who fell for the deception. Pardon? He lives overseas, so it was easy avoiding having to meet. Wait, what? He did have his doubts at times, but he wanted it to be real, so he pushed his doubts away. I felt incredible guilt and tried to break up with him many times. Well, what were you expecting, babe? You catfished the fuck out of him. I didn't even know that this happened in real life.
Yeah.
It actually happens.
Dells is a show called Catfish.
Oh my, I haven't watched it. I feel like I need to watch that now. All right. I didn't speak to him for over a month at one time, but he kept messaging me, telling me he would wait for me. I just couldn't stay away. Well, okay. I'm going to comment on that later. Sorry, I can't read. I'm actually baffled by this story so far. The connection we have is something I've never experienced before. After 4 years, 4 years? 4 fucking years. She catfished for 4 years. He found out the truth. Wait a second. I have so many questions. Wait a second. She's been messaging this guy for 4 years and they've been online dating, I'm guessing, for 4 years and they've never met.
Correct.
He Google searched a pic and the truth came out. Oh, what? He took 4 years to Google? Only 4 years? I messaged someone for half a day and I start Googling them. What the hell? I thought he would definitely leave, but he didn't. Wait, what? Wait, I've lost my space. He was so hurt, angry, and sad. I was devastated he felt like this, but I knew the truth would hurt him. I told him how sorry I was and how I would never want him to feel stupid, how I never expected to fall so hard for him. So I told him the truth about myself, who I was, and I'm actually married. Blake, did someone actually write in with this story?
They did. It's real.
I need to be nice. I expected that would be the end of it all. Fuck me, there's more. Are you joking? My asshole is clenched right now. Oh, my asshole, but he forgave me. Are we up to year 7? What year are we up to now? I'm just yelling this whole time. It took some time, but he forgave me, and we have been talking online for another 2 years. I was right. We're up to year 6, nearly 7. My dilemma is, there's a dilemma. That wasn't a dilemma. There's a dilemma on top of this. Yep. My dilemma is I want to leave my husband. I'm going to walk out of this studio. I'm actually going to walk out of the studio. I want to leave my husband, but I will have to walk away with nothing. I have worked long and hard to build a business with him, but would have to give it up. I would also have to leave my dogs. Look, I know that you're a member of my community, so I'm going to give you the hard fucking truth. Actually, as Auntie Adele, it's my responsibility to give you the hard fucking truth. This is fucked up. This is real fucked up. As someone who has been lied to, this is a nearly 7-year fib that you have upheld to the person that you stood next to at the aisle and you made vows to, in sickness or in health, to spend your life with someone and to support someone, and you have just had an affair. You've just had an affair. Whether it's been physical or emotional, you've just had an affair. So respectfully, I think you need to leave your husband, and I think your husband deserves to learn the truth about what's been happening, and you need to outlay every part of the truth, whether it's through this podcast dilemma or not. I feel like your husband deserves to know the truth because this is really fucked up. And if I'm being honest, you kind of deserve to walk away with nothing, love. Like you building a business with your husband and then turning around and having a 7-year affair, it's really wrong. It's really wrong. I can't pat you on the back and rub your back and say that it's going to be okay. It's not. You've stuffed up here. And I feel like the only way ahead is being honest and voicing your dilemma to your husband. So I'm going to say good luck with that. I hope that your husband has an ounce of kindness in him that you get to share your dogs in the long run, I guess. At the end of the day, I think that there is no excuse for cheating. That's where I stand on the topic. Now, whether or not your husband wants to work through that with you and you stay together or not stay together, that is completely your business. But I wish you all the best and good luck, babe. Thank you so much for joining. It's been an absolute delight having you on for episode number 1. I feel like this one was a little bit more breezy than the last. I wasn't as nervous, which was great.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed episode. If you loved the episode, let us know. If you hated the episode, also let us know. We're not going to be hurt. We love the feedback as we're new to this space as well. But most importantly, if you have a submission for Auntie Adele or any other part of the podcast, please feel free to write in. We're loving hearing from you guys, and we got a shit ton of submissions last week, which was great. Too many.
Stress every week.
Actually, we cannot have too many.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
We'll get to them.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining me for another week, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.